Hello, welcome back to Activity Quest, the podcast that's packed with stuff to do. In this week's episode, Adam's off to the Buckinghamshire countryside to see a very special Christmas lights trail. My name's Bex, and every week we go up and down the country on the quest for something epic. This week, we're at Waddesdon Manor. It's owned by the National Trust, and it's an amazing country house. Every year, they host Christmas at Waddesdon.
I'm Pippa Shirley and I'm director of Waddesdon. So Waddesdon is a huge house that was built just under 150 years ago, and it's really quite fun because it looks like a kind of a Disney castle. It's got lots of amazing turrets and towers and staircases, and it's on top of a hill and it's surrounded by trees, so it looks really mysterious and magical.
It's in the heart of the countryside. It feels in some strange way a bit like a home away from home. It feels very homely, it feels very kind of nice and cosy here. And even more so at the moment because it's Waddesdon at Christmas, and we've had a look inside, we've wandered around. Talk to us about what is inside, because it's really quite something special.
No, well, yes, at Christmas it really is kind of extraordinary because we use the house to tell a story every year. It's a different story every year. And this year it's Sleeping Beauty. So although the house, normally speaking, is filled with wonderful kind of paintings and furniture and all sorts of beautiful and old objects, at this time of year it just takes on a slightly different kind of character. Because we're doing this storytelling, and the reason that we're telling the story of Sleeping Beauty is because we have a really incredible set of paintings in the collection, which were done by an artist who was actually a theatre designer called Leon Baxt, and he made this set of panels, and each one tells a different sort of chapter in the story. But the thing that's really fun is that he used members of the Rothschild family as the characters in the story, and not just the people, but even the family pets appear. So it's just a really lovely kind of way of telling this story, which everybody knows, the story of Sleeping Beauty, but in a way that is really, really specific to us here at Waddesdon.
It's absolutely gorgeous inside. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. You might be able to hear in the background some nice music playing. We're stood outside the house now looking at it. It's lit up in loads of bright colours, moving as well. There are images being projected onto it. What are we looking at here?
So here we're looking at another way of telling the Sleeping Beauty story. So this is a digital projection. So the house has actually been digitally mapped by computer, and then that allows the projection artists to create the images that play out. And so you see the story unfolding, from the beginning, the christening and the wicked fairy, and then the good fairy comes along and does her best to make things better, and then you get the spinning wheel and then of course Sleeping Beauty then falls asleep for 100 years, and so you see the house beginning to be engulfed in the forest, and then it all comes right at the end and the prince arrives on his horse. Oh, and there's a dragon as well. There's a dragon.
There's a dragon inside as well, isn't there?
There's
a
nice
inside. Paper dragon.
There's an incredible paper dragon inside, and there's also a dragon on the light. Dragons everywhere.
Dragons everywhere. You mentioned the light trail. It's the sun's just set. The sun's still setting. We're getting around that time. There's a big sign over there. Waddesdon Light Trail. Big arrow. And a tunnel of light that looks very inviting. Where's that leading us to?
So that's leading you on a kind of a trail through the garden, which, it's very beautiful at the best of times because it's got wonderful trees and little windy paths and kind of flower beds here and there. And so at this time of year, we put light installations right through it. And it just means that you get this sort of magical experience of being able to walk through the garden in the dark, but with the trees and everything else all illuminated, and then these sometimes really kind of dramatic light sculptures as you take your walk through.
And there's one more thing here as well. I mean, there's loads here, but there's one more thing to talk about now, and that's the stables. You've been working with school kids from across the county, across the country, across the county?
Just across the county, yes. So I think on the last count, our education and learning team have worked with 15,500 pupils from a whole range of different schools. And they have created a sort of an artistic installation which is all about telling stories. It's called Once Upon a Christmas Time, and there you'll see not just Sleeping Beauty but actually Goldilocks and the Billy Goat's Gruff and Jack and the Beanstalk and Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs. So it's a really wonderful kind of exploration of kind of creativity and just whatever is appeal to the schools and to the pupils, they bring that element out of the story.
I've really loved my time here. I think any family that is going to come here is going to really love their time here as well. If people want to find out more and they want to get their tickets, how do they go about doing that?
Best way is through the website or ring us up. But yes, and it's quite important to book because as we get closer to Christmas, it does get quite busy. So yes, if you think you like the sound of it and want to come and see us, and we really hope you do, then get on the website.
Book now.
Book now. Book now.
Thanks, Adam. You can find out more by searching for Christmas at Waddesdon. That's all we've got for you this week. I'm Bex, and this has been a podcast from the UK's children's radio station, Fun Kids. Listen to me on your DAB digital radio, online, on the free Fun Kids mobile app, and on your smart speaker. Just say Play Fun Kids every weekday from 4 p.m. See you soon.